Hi, Justin.
Hello, Griffin.
We are going to Elder Scrolls Online.
I'm thirsty for adventure.
Are you hail and well met?
Hail and well met, Squire.
We are going to play the Elder Scrolls Online beta.
Who's this chucklehead?
His name is Orko. We're going to play the beta of Elder Scrolls Online. We do not have a lot of time we can dedicate to doing video for it, as per the beta's rigid non-disclosure agreement. So let's get through it in a pretty good clip.
Semi-disclosure agreement.
Yeah, we can disclose a bit. No, we can disclose as much as we want, but we only have like 15 minutes to do it. So let's just
Well,
start.
let's disclose the hell out of
Let's
it.
start disclosing this junk. So this is the character creation screen. I just really wanted to touch on all this stuff real quick. You got all the familiar Elder Scrolls races. You got the kitty boys. You got these elves, and then you got some other elves. Look at the different elves that you can do, and then there's humans, and then there's orcs. You got all the old standbys, all the old classics. You can, in true Elder Scrolls fashion, change their body to your demented whim. Make that. You can change their butt size, which is probably the best slider.
Blow it out.
You can go little. Oh, look at this.
Ah.
Looks like Michael Sarah. Boom. What's up? You can lock that. Give him real little legs.
Lock it so no one comes along and changes it.
Accidentally changes it because that is a necessary tuchus. Let's get in that face. You can, change this. Change the voice. Change the
This is
hair.
so boring.
Change
Just,
the,
yeah,
change the,
yeah, it's fine. Yeah, he's good.
Let's go back, though, to my pre-made dude. His name is Manabeard. I don't know. He kind of looks like a hip, maybe a folk band guy.
Yeah, he looks
Uh,
like one of the Mumford or his
he looks like
sons.
a Mumford. We're gonna just hop right in, and I'll sort of show you what Manabeard is all about. Because here's the thing: if you are expecting a pretty like seamless jump that is like basically Skyrim online, you're going to be pretty severely disappointed in the game. Because while they've tried very hard to make it look and sound and even occasionally feel, oh, I start off dead. That is ideal. Uh, they've tried to make it, sort of simulate sort of the Skyrim experience. It's not. It doesn't. It. There's kind of a weird disconnect between what an Elder Scrolls game is and what this one is, and that's it's not necessarily all bad, but like, do you understand what I'm trying to say? Like, it's just not. It's
Yeah, I
just
understand. I get where you're coming from.
um, it's the game moves a little bit slower than you might want it to. The combat is a little bit floatier than the Elder Scrolls games typically are, which I think is saying something. Spells and abilities kind of work in a different way. Like, you don't learn spells and then assign them to different hands and then use them in unison. Um, it sort of behaves more like an MMO. Like, the skills and spells you have are on a hotbar that have different numbers and letters assigned to them. Like,
Yeah, it's sort of a lot like an MMO. Like,
it's
it's sort of like an MMO ass MMO if you ever played one of them.
it's kind of a weird. I used the word disconnect already. There's a lot I think that the Elder Scrolls can lend to the MMO genre, and I think you can see that even like this early on in the beta. I've only been playing for a few hours, and that is like a drop in the bucket compared to the amount of time that people would typically put into an MMO.
Yeah.
But yeah, there are a lot of really cool ideas. So let's just, before I start getting destroyed, we'll hop into the skill menu. So you have a lot of free-form character development, and that is sort of, to me, the highlight of the game so far. And it's very Elder Scrollsy. When you start out, I didn't show this in the character creation, but there are 4 sort of loose archetypes that you can choose. There's, the rogue type dude, the heavier brawler type dude. I went with what is it, sorcerer. And
Yeah, he sort of did. See, here's the thing about Mana Beard, people. The great thing about customizability is that there's no wrong way to build your character unless you're Griffin, in which case there's a crazy wrong way to do it,
Okay.
and that's you make a sorcerer that has a sword and chainmail. How is this your first thing on Earth?
This is how I play the Elder Scrolls games, though. Is I pick a magic-y dude, and then I give him enchanting abilities, and then I enchant heavy armor, and then I wear that. And I wanted to see if Elder Scrolls Online would let me do that, and it does. So here's the thing: when you pick that class at the beginning, all that determines is this top sort of skill pool here, and I'll explain how that works. Each of these 3 have their own unique active and passive abilities under them, and as you level up, you earn skill points, and you can unlock those abilities, or you can see each skill levels up independently. You can morph those abilities once they reach a certain level. Oh, there goes a guy. Bye. So you can see, like, I've invested in the summoning tree, so I can summon some familiars. I have a few other spells. That's like not all that you can do. You can invest in different skill or weapon-based skills. So you can see I'm going down the two-handed tree. I learned this skill, which gives me a swiping area of effect attack that I can use with my main weapon. You can invest in armor skills, so I can pick up some heavy armor skills to increase my, my armor as long as I'm wearing all heavy stuff. There are world skills, which I think just everybody has. I'm not exactly sure what those do, but Soul Trap.
This is very Soul Trap. I've never gotten it to work. Have you figured out how to do that?
No,
I've never had it make a soul gem.
No, I haven't. I think you use soul gems for revival. Like, if
Well, you can use them for revival, and you can also use them to enchant your weapon, or like juice up your enchantment.
Yeah. So this is cool. When you join a guild, that has its own unique skill tree. So as you rank up through the guild, you can unlock spells like Mage Light. Like, there's a lot of really familiar terminology. And the way that it works is like really cool that you have all of this freedom between like picking which trees you want to go down and then morphing those abilities as they level up as you use them. Like, no two characters are alike. And I think that is sort of I'm going to start actually doing stuff.
Yeah.
I think that's the strength of the game, because it gives it like a very dynamic feel whenever you run into a new player and you team up with them. It's not like in World of Warcraft when a paladin and a rogue team up, like you sort of know what that dynamic's going to be, because there's no set like archetypes like that. Oh, I should summon my familiar. What am I doing? Oh, now I can't because I don't have enough mana. Oh, Justin, I made a huge mistake. There we go.
This isn't going well for you. Now, Griffin, I have a question. Where is this that you're at?
This is right outside of Daggerfall, which is sort of our faction's main city.
Okay. Because I haven't seen any of this, but I'm in a different faction.
Oh, man.
Apparently, that's very...
On Daggerfall Covenant for life. So
Are you being led around by that weird Khajiit giving you missions and stuff?
No.
Okay, well, that's very different then. Neat.
Yeah, so there's different factions in the game. I'll show that off really quick. There are 3 factions. I have not gotten really to any of this stuff yet, but there's a pretty elaborate PvP structure to the game, where each of the 3... There are 9 races. There are 3 factions, so each one has 3 races. And then there are maps where you can fight for control of keeps, outposts, and resources and all this different stuff. And you earn bonuses based on how well your faction is doing, which is pretty slick. Like, it's experience boosts and, weapon damage increases. There's also a system to elect an emperor. I have no idea how that works, but I'm sure that is something to strive for in the game. So let's give this
all right, can you talk about sort of what abilities you're using as you're using
sure.
them?
So I mostly use abilities in the dark magic tree, which is sort of my main area of focus. I'm using just, basic attack with my 2-handed weapon. God, I don't think I'm supposed to be here yet, because these dudes are like destroying me.
Yeah, or maybe you're supposed to, use a staff.
I'm gonna go somewhere else after this, because this is just not working very well. Do you really think I hope that's not the case, that I'm just like...
See, I thought that when you chose your class, that you also had some stats that accompanied that would make the things you're doing...
No, I mean, the only stats are really health, magicka, and stamina, and then I think it's just... I don't know. Let's dig into that character screen together. Let's you and me go on a journey into statistics. Okay. So... character statistics. Yeah, I mean, you can see you got magicka, health, and stamina. You put a point in each of those whenever you level up. Well, not each. You pick the one that you want. You can see my stamina is really low, which makes me incapable of running or doing anything. But I got me lots of magicka, and that's good for spells and the casting of them.
Mm-hmm.
Of the spells.
Speaking of spells, can you talk a little bit about morph abilities? I think that's kind of a neat thing.
Yeah, so like your skills level up as you use them. You can see Daedric Curse is already up to level 4. I think once it gets to level 4, or I don't actually know what the cap is per skill, you can spend one of your skill points to morph them, and then you have 2 choices of how you want that skill to sort of develop independently. So I chose this guy, which turns him into a dinosaur. I think there was another option that turned it into like a more heavily armored thing, but I picked the dinosaur because it's a dinosaur. And yeah, it's a
sweet.
Dinosaur. Dinosaurs are pretty rad. You can also get skill points, I should mention, through finding these sky shards, which are things that are just sort of hidden across the environment. And if you find 3 of them, you get a skill point that way, which is kind of a unique way of like incorporating exploration into character development. This guy
There,
looks pretty mean.
there are also different crafting skills that were sort of littered across the countryside, and you're not required to choose a single one to focus on.
Yeah, you can develop them as you want, which is sort of this game style. I think this thing's gonna kill me, Justin.
Yeah, that looks really scary, actually.
I don't like it at all.
Maybe bury your sword in his back.
So I'm only one level lower than these level 7 creeps.
Yeah, man, I don't know. It's almost like your sword isn't swinging very good because you're a weedly armed magician trying to swing it. It's weird.
Well,
it's like you have arms made of spaghetti, sort of.
Yeah,
a little bit.
that is pretty disappointing. You know what I'm gonna do? This is sad. I'm gonna go back to an earlier area. I'm gonna go back to, yeah, let's go to this way shrine. So that's the system of fast travel in the game. Once you find a way shrine, you can pay to go back to it. Or if you're at a way shrine, you can teleport between them for free. Sort of a...
Really? I didn't know that.
Yeah, you've been blowing all your money like a chump.
Yeah.
Travel is kind of a bummer in this game for a reason that I will show you as soon as this finishes loading. Spoiler alert, your character moves pretty slow. And it really, like... Here, I'll show you. You have a sprint.
Kind of a slow...
You have a sprint button. And this is the normal movement speed, which is like molasses, and then this is sprint. It's like maybe 10-20% fast. It's so slow to go and do anything, and I think it may be actually a symptom of the game being in first person, because if you look at it in third person, you seem like
looks like you're jamming.
Looks like you're really hauling A.
Look at him go.
It's once your body disappears, it's just like...
Have you been playing mainly in first or third?
Almost entirely in first, yeah.
Yeah, me too.
It's not Elder Scrolls if it's
I actually found, though, for grouping, first person is less than ideal because you actually you're narrowing your perspective of the battlefield too much, which makes a lot of sense as to why they would initially make this third person only.
I was the champ of this island.
Yeah, look at these well, I mean, insects, let's be honest. And these aren't even, I mean, these will barely even attack you if you pass by them.
We do not have a whole lot of time left. So is there any sort of broad strokes things that you want to talk about? Are you enjoying the beta so far?
I like it, but I mean, I don't know. Right now, it's so early and there's a lot of stuff that's just stone cold broken. So it's kind of hard. I had one quest line today that was like I had gotten pretty far on, and then at the end it was just broken. And there was somebody else there who was like, "Hey, this is broken. It's been broken for 3 days. You want to go do something else?" I was like, "Yeah, okay, sure."
You went and had some pizza.
You went and killed some pirates or something.
There's also in combat you can block with the right click.
And it also has interrupts.
Yeah, this is
neat.
The interrupt animation. Think.
Stop
it. Oh, no. And
although that may just be the interrupt animation for a mage using a sword.
Stop hating. I'm actually genuinely...
Stop it!
I will say, I'm a little bit discouraged that I'm getting destroyed. Like, I kind of want this freeform style of character development to work in my favor, and it definitely seems like it's not.
It's also a symptom of balance. There are a lot of balance issues that I'm assuming that they're going to address. There are some level, not quote-unquote level appropriate quests for me that are just savage.
Yeah. So I guess broad strokes, it's an MMO. Don't expect it to be like a multiplayer version of Skyrim, because it's definitely not. It is an MMO to its core with some like cool Elder Scrolls ideas mixed in, but like don't get it twisted. It's MMO first and foremost. Bethesda, ZeniMax, please make the running faster, please.
Please.
This is kind of a...
I know there are horses.
Oh, okay. Well, they do run faster than human beings.
They're probably just gonna charge you for that, though.
Oh,
microtransacted.
Oh, I hope that they don't have those, because
I'll pay any price.
It's a monthly fee, right?
Yeah, it's got microtransactions. Don't even worry about it.
You don't know that for sure.
Yeah, I do. You have to pay to buy it, and then pay to play it.
Okay, those are macro transactions. Anyway, that's Elder Scrolls Online beta. It's not out yet. It's out in what, April?
Yeah, something like that. But they're letting more people in the open beta, so who knows? Not open beta, just beta.
Anyway, thanks guys for watching, and we'll see y'all again real soon. Bye.